maybe a little ASMR stream tonight because bees. As you may have been able to tell from last night's podcast, my voice is not back, and it's funny because I got on the call with Karst, and we're prepping and going through the early stuff and chit chat beforehand, and he's like, "What's wrong with your voice? Do you have a different mic or something?" I'm like, "No, I think I permanently damaged my vocal cords," and it was only a half joke because I got to be honest, my throat is tired. I tried to do a recording today for PAX as a follow-up, and unfortunately I think I have to re-record it because I don't like how it came out, but it legitimately feels strained. What are you gonna do? I mean, I lost my voice right before the con, and then I was at a convention, so I had to scream the whole weekend, and my wife keeps trying to get me to drink honey with tea, and I'm like, look, it's already pushing it that I'm drinking tea. I hate tea. I much prefer coffee, and I hate honey. I really do. So now you're asking me to do two things that I don't want to do. We'll see. So we're going to try and keep it quiet, although I heard there were some exciting games tonight. What's good, Master Dark? I do have to turn down the volume on the game. I had to turn it up last night because we had the podcast with Karst. Plus, if I'm doing the ASMR thing, you're never going to hear me over the game volume. But speaking of a game, hi, I'm Chomp, and I am part of the content affiliate program. That means the Phobies team does, in fact, give me coffee. You can see that 36K banked in there. Karst was laughing about that because I haven't spent it. And I told him, I usually bank it for larger pack openings, but to be honest, I just don't even care. I hate opening packs. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get into the games, chat. I switched to the wrong thing. So we did have a few games, as mentioned, that were submitted. We're only going to do a few, only one event this weekend. It looks like we have 3 games in the hopper. We got 3 games to look at, so we're going to take a peek at these. All right, first game up was submitted, and here it is. Now, the map pool for this week was more unique. Only one small map, 3 big maps, because the small map pool was unwashed flat ass. It was gross. Nobody likes that. No one likes that. And if you're saying, "Oh, I do," you're lying to yourself. And why would you do that? Why would you lie to yourself? Why would you lie at all, let alone to yourself? But anyway, we got Dear H here. We've got Dama. We've got Red Rum, which I always make this point, but Red Rum was my least favorite map for a very long time, and I've kind of come around to it. I don't know if that says something about the rest of the maps, that, oh, those maps are so bad that it makes the original bad map look good, or I've just kind of accepted it. We used to do very poorly on this map, but we're getting a 2-1-1 into, or up against, a, up against an Innocuous opener. We are going to get the dive here, but I think Dear H is going to get punished. The cat should clear up the cat. The Innocuous can clear up the cassowary, but the follow-up from Dear H does mean that there is a threat on this Innocuous, and obviously Dama here needs to protect it. So what is the answer? Apparently the answer is Halfy. The answer is never Halfy. This is interesting because I feel like you can still kill this Innocuous. Am I not? What? Oh my god, you can't kill the Innocuous. Oh, that's a big yikes moment. So this Spud probably would have been better served as a jar. Is it possible you lose the jar? Yes, but then your cassowary is able to clear the Innocuous. the combination here where you're only getting 420 damage here and then another 330 is not, in fact, 800 damage in order to take down this Inoculus. And yeah, that's a problem. That's a big deal because you invested in this counter setup to try and dive the Inoculus and you're just flatly unable to. If this was a jar, either your opponent has to commit to kill the jar, and neither Cat nor the Inoculus can do it on its own, or they need to commit to kill the cassowary. Now, it's possible that they could have killed the jar and the cassowary, but I think that's unlikely because they could have followed up with their own jar. 1, 2, 3, yeah, because Snowball would have been able to hit the cassowary, but not the jar. If you go jar, you can hit the cassowary. Cassowary has how much health? 650. So the cassowary would have lived. So the bottom line is I think this spud needed to be a jar. And to be perfectly honest, I think the game is lost on that deployment. Which sounds a little silly, but as we've said on many occasions, Phobies games are decided by these minor missteps. While there is a triple panic point advantage here, there's an Inoculus on the board, and like, it's kind of all that matters. Still have a little bit of time as Dama. I think you have to panic if you have 2 more turns of this, of your opponent just clobbering you. 1 turn and you're probably fine. The boom is notably not going to detonate, but again, there's basically no threat on this Inoculus. Wait, no, doesn't this do 400 damage? Oh my god, this does 375? Oh my god. Oh wait. Dude, this will... 420. Oh, 795? Dude, hashtag buff K9000. Good God. You can't make this up. You can't script this any more absurdly. Like, come on. Dude, I've been saying it for years now. It's now going on 2 years. Can we please nerf Inoculus? Please. It's not okay. It's not. I am open to the idea of banning the Sentinels until they are nerfed. It's just... I think I might do that next week. I'm not even joking. I think we might ban them going forward. And this is not, you know, if in no way should anybody interpret it as, oh, well, everybody, like, it's not problematic that people are using them. It's problematic that there isn't, like, a meaningful counter, because, like, I gotta be honest, like, this doesn't look like a... I want to say this is a terrible position for Dama, but at the same time, it's like... You still have Inoculus? Now, there is an issue here, because if this Bad Omen... Alright, maybe we were a little premature. Maybe we were premature. And it's tough to say that... Ooh, that's actually kind of cool, the dial. I like this from Dear Age. For a moment, I thought Dama finally played Dial, but it was done by Dear Age. Fair. We get the boom detonation. I mean, admittedly, Dama is on the ropes here, and I do think that Dear Age made an error, so it's hard for me to say, oh, well, obviously we gotta ban Sentinels, because, like, if you had killed that Inoculus 7 turns ago, this game looks dramatically different, and I don't think you're in, like, a catastrophically bad position doing that. Wait, what? Why are we doing this? Should you not kill the... Can you not kill the cowbell? You move this down. You swing this over. You kill the cowbell. I guess you have to invest too much. That's fine. I guess killing the Minotaur is fine. What was the only fun and cool game of Monster of the Week? The one without any Sentinel? I mean, this is a tight game. Like, look at this. The Sentinel player is on the ropes. They are at 500 heart health. They are staring down a board that is kind of like if you don't play this precisely as Dama from this board state, you lose. That being said, there are 2 Phobies that are about to go down, but there are long-range Phobies that do enough damage that this is a problem, on top of the panic points. So, like, this is still a close game. This doesn't seem unreasonable. From just like, okay, was this game a quote-unquote real game? Yeah, like, decisions were made by both players that impacted the outcome. And it wasn't, oh, well, I played a Sentinel, so I auto-win. I don't think that is true in this case. I think DRH made a mistake on the turn I was indicating earlier, and at the end of the day, it cost them 80 heart health. Like, how much closer can you ask for? This was a real game, and I think there was a penalty paid for pushing the Inoculus out. Like, this is a close game. The question is, and let me know down in the comments, YouTube, when you get here. Go back and watch this game and tell me, does this game always end this way, independent of player action? Like, and by that I mean, if you assume both players are playing optimally, and there were definitely mistakes made in this game, but if you assume both players are playing optimally, will this game end the same way? The Inoculus player wins. Because that presumes that Dear H put the jar out, or some other Phobie, on that turn instead of Spud, and kills the Inoculus, or threatens it enough that Dama cannot leave the Inoculus there. If the conclusion is that yes, this game outcome was predetermined and will end in this way, because whether you win with 1 heart health or you win with all your heart health, it doesn't matter. You still win. Your heart health is a resource. So, do all the game actions ultimately come down to this, where no matter what Dear H did, the Inoculus player would have won? I think that's difficult to say from this board position, because we identified at least one error very early in the game, and the earlier in the game that the error occurs, the more impact it has over the course of the game, because all of the subsequent decisions by both players are influenced by the board state at that point in time. If you make a mistake on the very last turn, it's one mistake and it's like, oh, well, if I go back and just fix that, I'm done. But if you make a mistake on like the second turn of an 18-turn game, all of the 16 following turns are impacted. This is why when you play a real-time strategy game, if you mess up with your early game and screw up your timings, or you don't get enough workers, you don't build a building on time, it delays every other thing that happens. Same principle here. You mess up early in the game, all of your other actions are at a disadvantage, and that's why it requires a larger mistake from your opponent to recover the ground that was lost. Point being, I don't know. All that to say, I don't know. I'm open to other interpretations, chat, and I'll appreciate it when other people come back and tell me, you know, oh, well, what if they had done this? What if they had done that? But there were at least 2 points where Dear H was just short a little bit of damage. And a different set of phobie selection could have put them over the top. Or maybe they would have been farther behind because they wouldn't have actually gotten there. I don't know. We'll have to see. But chat, I've been told that this Noughts and Crosses game between PvZ and Master Dark is for the history books, quote unquote. I think that's a bold claim. We'll let the game do the talking. We get the old werewolf opener. Where's Potenza? Alright, look. I don't know what kind of memery is happening here, but I already disapprove. There are 3 jackalopes on the board, and I already regret putting this game on the screen. Alright, we're matching with jackalopes. Matching with another jackalope. I feel like instead of jackalope, jackass is coming to mind, but we'll see. Finally a fun game without meta. Werewolf is kind of a meta phobia. Radiator's on fringe meta. Jackalopes are definitely not. That's actually pretty cool, all the timing lined up like that. I like that. Alright, it's the jackalope off. Little dial action. I'm being completely serious, by the way. So, I did have this discussion in the context of other tournament formats for other games. Because I'm trying to put together some real-life tournaments. And, or at least, you know, put the idea in people's head to run them. That was the funniest part of all. We were having fun. Well, isn't that the point of the game? Like, the competition is supposed to induce fun. I don't... Alright, hold on. So we can get... Ooh, we got a little Undertaker action, if I can click on it. Look at Undertaker here, though. Hey, look at that. That's cool. A little splish splosh. So, here's the thing. When it comes to bans or restrictions on tournaments, a lot of people think it's like, oh, well, if you get rid of the meta stuff, the game will be fun. Possibly. The issue is, yes, it is possible that things that are at the top of the meta are hindering fun. They are hindering competition. But that isn't necessarily true, and it is entirely possible that the most quote-unquote oppressive things in a game are in fact the most fun. It is entirely possible that you're going to remove these things from the meta, and I don't think removing the Sentinels will do it, but the context from the other games was, oh, people want to create all these weird restrictions on what could be used or what couldn't. And at a certain point, you are just being different for the sake of being different. Well, until now, all meta games are not fun. All games without meta were fun. I don't know if that's true. Like, I don't... In fact, I would go so far as to say that's patently false. But... like, I think even the last game was exciting because of how close it was. But that's a debate for another time. Let's talk about Undertaker. Who... Dude, I've never actually seen the Undertaker movement. That is sick. Undertaker's actually cool, but it does have one of the laziest names in the game. I really hope they patch it. I don't know what the name should be offhand. I think I've had some ideas before, but the name definitely needs to change. I don't love this move from PvZ with the Maggie here. Does that die in one shot? It doesn't. Okay. I mean, since it lives, I guess it's fine. We do get the power-up Jackalope King time. Little Jackalope action. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're maxed out on blue player. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're maxed out by orange player. And considering Master Dark is complaining about quote-unquote meta phobies and yet dropped the puff on the board, I don't know about that guy. I don't know about that guy. All right. I don't know what the fuck is happening here, chat. I don't know. I really don't. What's good, Eric? Alright, we get an invasion of the jet. Wait, what? Okay, I was about to say, are you not going to kill the Mopsy? Dial on Radiator. That doesn't do as much as you'd think. Considering Radiator is angry. Radiator definitely has a saliva problem. Wait, hold on. I missed the Undertaker attack. I want to see this. I looked at chat for a second. I saw it out of the corner of my eye. I want to see it. Oh, that's sick. Dude, that's sick. Undertaker kind of reminds me of the monster in Avatar The Last Airbender. What is this, Checkers? Avatar The Last Airbender, the one who steals people's faces. Alright, so we're going to get probably a big bomb out of this. Yep, there it is. And cooked. Ko the Face Stealer, yeah. You know what I'm talking about. The sound of the bones and then them getting crushed is so depressing. Sabian. Alright, we've yet to see Undertaker do the thing. Is Undertaker gonna do the thing? Is Undertaker even a good attacking phobie? Okay, hold on a sec. Whoa, what was that? Did you see what... Before I accidentally clicked on it. Damn it. What is this? Is that supposed to be a phobie? Is this like a spoiler, you think? Think this is a tease on the ability icon? Probably not, right? The phobie kind of looks like Gengar. Undertaker has 2 idols? That's sick. Shout out to the Phobies art team. Dude, look at that. That's so sick. Oh, wait. Did you just do what I think you did? Hold up. Alright, so we attack it. Oh, that's fucking sick. Dude, that is so sick. That is such a good play. For those of you that are confused about what just happened, beat up the Jackalope so it's reduced to bones, and then summon the vault from Undertaker, re-summon the Jackalope King onto the bones to kill it. That's sick. That phobia you see on ability appear on a lot more ability. I thought it was on the other ones, but I couldn't remember. I did, but unfortunately replay skipped the cool Undertaker animation. That's alright. Hercules. Recently... It wasn't recently added, we'll say. We'll say it was recently... Wait, what hit this? Oh, he resummoned it. Okay, yeah. I think Hercules was recently added to Karst's Nerf category. I guess. Wanted to get it working in replays, didn't have time. It's allowed. I'll allow it. And I'm the arbiter of all these things. The movement animation for... I think the coolest thing about the movement animation for Undertaker is that it's so unexpected. Like, you kind of expect it to hop, but like a frog, right? Because of the way it's kind of coiled up and it's crouched. But instead, it does hop, but like a slime monster. It's so cool. I haven't been watching this game with like a critical eye for plays basically at all. Karst's reasoning for Hercules being a nerf is that if Klepto and Hematic need nerfs, Hart needs a small nerf. I don't know. I'm kind of of the opinion that Klepto's fine. I think Hematic could use with a slight HP nerf. I haven't seen enough Hercules to know. Like, I don't think it's out of the question. Dude, what is it? Did you... Oh, there was a Baba Yaga. I totally forgot there was a Baba Yaga, so never mind. It wasn't the vault. It was a trap. I'm like, why is there a trap animation? There hasn't been a trap phobie, but there was. There was. I just forgot, because we got hung up on the Undertaker and other nonsense. Second multi-hit Blom. You take those. That's a lot of AoE hits for Master Dark. Werewolf momentarily popping a squat on the Jackalope bones. Undertaker reminds me of Chaos from Sonic Adventure. I don't remember that. I'll have to look it up after this. Pop goes the Klepto. I mean, ooh, I was about to say, if Sabian doesn't go down, then I think PVZ's in bad shape. But 3 phobies to 4, including a muffin. But one of them is this resurrect that's going to force this werewolf to stand here in front of the Undertaker. Dude, the summoned radiator. Undertaker's so cool. Undertaker broken? Is Undertaker broken? It might be. It might be. Actually, this is just very well played. This is pretty cool. Definitely a cool showcase, and I can tell you for sure I'm putting Undertaker on the thumbnail. Do I have the images for the Undertaker? I hope I do. General consensus is that he's mid. Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding about him being broken. Undertaker's hard to play. You kind of want that. To me, Phobies is a game where there should be high skill ceilings for everything. We were super conservative with Undertaker stats. I think that's fair. I've commented on multiple occasions, but it does feel that the first introduction of a phobia ability often is understated or underpowered, and that the team kind of over time moves the phobies to whatever they're supposed to be or wherever they should be, quote unquote, with not like retroactively buffing them, but with new iterations. I don't know if that's actually true, but I think it is reasonable to play it safe with something. Like, this is a potentially backbreaking thing. I don't love the old League of Legends approach where whatever the new thing is broken until they decide enough people have bought it, and then they nerf it. I think he has decent damage for support Juggernaut. I mean, he's 9 keys. This is 50 more damage, but it's AoE, so like it's more damage than that. This is 500 damage, and freeze is... I mean, I can't disagree with Cars too much about Frosty not being as powerful as people are saying. If this was a world that did not have Shove Shark and Phantom, but this is a world with Shove Shark and Phantom, so... doesn't matter. Like, that other reality literally doesn't exist. The thing is that if you're spending 9 keys, your thing has to be good. Like, it has to be good. I understand what you're saying about it being a support phobie, but at the end of the day, it's still 9 keys. So my counter-argument to Frosty being quote-unquote okay is that we never really saw Frosty before. Like, Frosty came out, it was this time last year, and yes, it took off after Shove Shark and Phantom appeared. And there was a decent amount of time that it existed before that. But the reality is, how many people had it, and how many people had it leveled up to a point where they were willing to work with it. It's kind of tough to look at that and decide, oh yeah, this thing's fine. Like, the ability is supremely impactful, even if it's not used. It might be okay if Shove Shark and stuff was gone. Alright, chat. So believe it or not, this is the last submitted game for this evening. We're back on Red Rum. We got Deer H and Alistair. No notes. Nobody really left any notes except for the second game because everybody was thrilled for Jackalopes and Undertaker, but let's see what the players got. What have they got in store, chat? Yeah, we might call it early. I do need to kind of let my voice rest, let my throat rest, because I have to do a bunch of recordings, and I really need to get them done, and it kind of hurts to do it. That Undertaker game was the finale, too. Nice. So we get another halfie, because God knows why. It did win earlier, but realistically, Innocuous put the team on his back. Stabby coming in, similar openers from either player. Honestly, I think you'd be better off advancing the bow one more. So, like, yeah, I guess you wouldn't flip the panic point, but if you advance the bow one more, you could then kill it with the cat. So Cassowary Cat removes it, and then you have the bow up farther, but I guess this is fine. And you're following up with Kerbloom. It's definitely just daring our orange player to try and get close. And here we have what realistically is the problem phobie. Shove Shark. Halfie. Who would have thought that that guy sucks? Couldn't be me. Is able to contribute enough to get a Cassowary takedown, but I'm pretty sure you're about to get cooked by this Kerbloom. Also, a week of daily double for second day of Christmas with 10,000 coffee event is so cool. True. Didn't we have an event that overlapped with the Christmas stuff last year? Boom. Yep. Getting cooked. 5 keys into the Grumper. And that's got to be game, right? Like, realistically. Alistair's lost, like, eons of tempo here. Spud? I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one, Chief. Yeah, I don't know about the Rusty. I don't love maxing out here, but it's fine because at least the Rusty can sacrifice itself, hypothetically. However, Alistair's staying out of range. Able to get a pick here, so that's good for them, but it does free up to 8 keys. Shove Shark. Actually, not enough to kill the Spud. I didn't know that. I guess that makes sense. It's probably, what is it, 420 and 420, and I guess that means Spud has 900 health. Another bad omen coming down from our blue player. They did do that in the previous game. It wasn't enough to take it. I think this one is all but decided already. Big panic point advantage. Although they did have one in the other. But there is not, in fact, an Innocuous on the board. Four Phobies to 4 Phobies. Shove Shark should be live again. Get the power down from Bad Omen. Yeah, you don't love the stacking there. Here's a scenario where I'm generally of the opinion that the combat ability for Shove Shark is not the issue. And by that, I mean, like, it's just sheer stats. The issue is, if that was powered down and it's still doing 300 damage, wow. Huh. The issue, of course, is the ability, but the fact is that that Shove Shark did present a reasonable threat to Moly Bully at that point, which is also a problem. Little Cupcake to back up the Innocuous, 1 key remaining for our orange player. Who could have thought that Innocuous would be the nail in the coffin on a small map? Who'd have thunk it? Who has 2 thumbs and thunk that an Innocuous would spell doom for someone on a small map? Who knows? Could be anybody. Spoiler alert, it's me and everyone else who's ever watched a game of Phobies. Get the invasion from our orange player, but the reality is I think they're going to lose nearly everything. This clears this, get the Cupcake onto the Innocuous. The combination will then allow for a dead Bow Mangles, quite possibly a dead Jar. It's just really bad news bears. Slap. Pop. Pop. Hey, where'd your team go? Ball game. Really not much else to add to this one, chat. Just cooking them. Just cooking them. Still 1 key left for Alistair. I don't know what they were waiting for, but whatever that 1 key is. That's not what's going to do it. That is not going to turn the tide. GG. Well played. GG. Well, chat, like I said, this was going to be a quick one. Only 3 games tonight, only had 1 event. We will have future Monster of the Week events if you're interested in playing in some Phobies tournaments where everything is set to level 1, and you can get coffee just for playing. Hit up the Random Thoughts Discord. The link, of course, for that will be in the description of this video. But as always, everybody, thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and tune in next time for more Random Thoughts.